Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Bo.
And I'm Win.
And this has been a little bit of a spiral. Let's get into transactions from the last week, shall we? If you did not know, we color code based on which account things are coming from, so you know, and we know who is spending what on the calendar and in the spreadsheet. So, starting with the 7th of June, S&M, which is a collections account, was $50. Kid copay came out for $40. That's one of the kid bills. Netflix came out for $14, and his debt got $20 from me. And then on the 8th, groceries came out for $110. That's just an envelope. On the 9th,
Lost my fuzzy mind and decided to take a lift to save time. Instead, it cost $48. Only spent $12 at the bar, but $48 on a ride share that didn't need to happen.
Yep. And we calculated the rollover that we could add to this Paycheck's inflow. So his rollover was $29.43 and mine was $14.64. You can check out our video from the 9th in order to see how we calculated that. And then we had snacky snacks for $7. Groceries for an additional $41, because of course we went over budget last week and we had to make it worse this week because reasons, and game night that didn't end up happening, and I don't know. This has not been, it's like we realized that we had more money than we thought and immediately spiraled into chaos. Home also got an additional $31, so that's $31 over budget. That one was toilet paper and baby wipes.
So not impulsive.
No, not toilet paper. Paper towels.
Paper towels and baby wipes. So not impulsive. Just not the best timing to be going over budget, left, right, and center.
Correct. And then nothing on the 10th, but on the 11th. More chaos. So I decided I realized that we had spent too much on the 9th. So I was like, let me mitigate this a little bit. So I used some cash back on my credit card, $10. And then I took $23 out of vacation, which emptied that because we're not going on vacation anytime soon. But then when...
Yep.
Went to a restaurant for $26. And you want to explain what happened with LinkedIn?
So with the summer on its way, I got a promo offer for a free month of LinkedIn Premium. And there's no way a promotion would ever, have fine print except for the fine print. So I signed up for it. Started using all its features, all well and good. A couple days later, I did the smart thing and went through and canceled the subscription, not realizing that you don't cancel the subscription on LinkedIn. You cancel the subscription with your bank, which my bank let me know 2 months later after it had charged me once already. So... This could have been avoided. It
was not great.
It was not avoided.
And then also vending machine for $3. And this is on Wynn's account because honestly, we're at a point he has some savings. He needs to be responsible for his own chaos.
Correct.
Like this was... Like, these things were impulsive, and I didn't know about them until I saw the transactions in the bank. And like the ride share in the bar, I was literally asleep when this happened. And the restaurant and LinkedIn vending, I was at work. Like this, yeah.
It's not to do with her.
Yeah. Like
and it's something that we talked about when I have too much when I feel like I have too much time, I start filling the time with things by accident instead of on purpose. So maybe we can make a video about intentional uses of time to save money. But that's another video.
And the cost of being social.
And the cost of being social, unplanned.
Yep.
Yep.
So then we fast forward to the 13th. So his final rollover, including the rollover that we added and what we had planned to roll over, minus overspending, his rollover is $37.56. And then my car wash came out, my car wash subscription for $18. And then my rollover, my final rollover is $17.72, including the overspending on my accounts. And then I am going to set aside money for Christmas and my emergency fund based on what card we pull. It's going to be the last card pull of the summer.
Sadness.
Yeah. And then on the 14th already, this little block of text here is paychecks. So all the inflow for the 14th is already set, and it's with money that we already had. So we are very officially, we started last paycheck, but we are completely working with money we already have. Very exciting times. He already has his next paycheck. That is going to go towards August.
Yeah.
So the paycheck that he got on the 14th, that paycheck is actually getting pushed back to August because we have so much rollover, both of us, that we are now fully a month ahead. So we're dealing with strictly rollover and interest from savings accounts and everything until August, which is very exciting because we have no idea how much he's going to make at his new job. So yeah, let's look at what this means for the actual budget. Oh, but first, we have to pull a card. Okay, so this is a little savings challenge, little deck of card savings challenge we're using to save for Christmas. From Lodo Family. Links to pretty much everything we use for budgeting is in the description, so feel free to check those out. But we are going to pull a card and then save the corresponding amount. The highest card is $30, so we could save up to that.
This one.
King.
King.
King of Spades.
King of Spades. And we are going to color that in with, what is it, seafoam?
I don't know.
It's something pale.
Okay. King of Spades means we're saving $15. So, before I forget, that means $15 to Christmas. And because the most that we could pull was $30 because pulling one card. So $15 to emergency fund because that's what's left. And let's do the math real quick because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, 15 plus 18, because that is what we set aside last week for Christmas, is 33. So 33 for Christmas. And then 15 plus 12 is 27. So 27 for emergency fund. Okay. So let's look at the math here. Let's look at the math. So for inflow, we had the planned $21.67 because that was a previous paycheck. And same with me. For my pay, it was $12.91 as expected. Other income was $472 because we got savings account interest and credit card cashback, and reimbursement for utilities. We didn't take anything from savings. Rollover was $4,486 because we calculated that based on what we already had in the bank. So that is a total inflow of $8,416. And we're going to go down to when spending.
Okay. Not excited. $1,350 as usual for rent, planned and set. Kid bills came out to a total of $183. Internet never changes, $66. S&M collections never changes, $50 from the first week. On down to adventures, budgeted for $50, only spent $30 on that, which is fine. Miscellaneous, spontaneous, wasteful spending, $134. And then rollover, originally $547 in the first. Budgeted $547, but the grand total came out to $3,756, leaving us subtotal $55.69, and leaving us with $2,847 remaining.
Yep. So then we get to my spending, because he's not saving anything. He's not saving anything until summer's over.
When we know what we're dealing with.
Yes. And when we're a full month ahead.
Yes.
And made some progress on debt as well.
All of it.
So we get to my spending, which is my checking account. Previously, that was Wynn's checking account. So I spent $58 on bills as expected, $167 to his debt as expected.
Thank you.
Dining out was $13, which is less than budgeted. Finally, we're behaving ourselves. Groceries, $266, which is $46 more than budgeted. I'm displeased, but such is life. Transportation, $60 as expected. Health, $75 as expected. Home shopping, $56. We budgeted $25, so that's $31 over budget. I am displeased by that as well. Birthdays got $5 as expected. Clothing and shoes got $40. Pet supplies got $15. Personal got $20, all as expected. Final rollover is $1,772. Budgeted $315, but again, Sunday's video will tell you how I got this additional number. Additional money. And then subtotal for that is $2,547, which of course is more than budgeted, but that's fine. Leaves us with $300. We were supposed to be left with $353, but such is life. Chaos ensued as soon as we realized we had money. It's tricking ourselves into spending is like one of the best choices I've ever made. And I will continue to trick us into saving money, because this can easily happen if we're using real numbers and realize that we have money in the bank. It's wild how brains work. Okay, so we get to my saving, which is my savings account. $263 for insurance as expected, because that finishes out the goal so that I can pay for my car insurance for 6 months. And Christmas got $33, which is less than budgeted, but that's fine because it's random with the cards we pull. My emergency fund got $27, which is less than budgeted, but we overspent, and I was trying to do anything I could basically to try to mitigate that a little bit. So that was on purpose. And then I put negative 23 right here for vacation, because I took 23 out of vacation. I did not actually take $23 out of my savings account. I just took it out of this bucket.
Yeah.
And I put more than that in these buckets. So it's not inflow. This isn't inflow. This is just
reallocation.
Yeah, this is reallocating within the savings account, within the buckets. So that is a subtotal of $300, which is all that was left. So budget remaining 0. This is a 0-based budget, and we made it. We, of course, ended with more than we expected for rollover. That does not mean, however, that this was... We didn't stay on budget, y'all.
This was not a success. Oh no, it was a success in that we managed a crisis, but there was a crisis.
Yeah, and there didn't have to be.
It didn't have to be.
So I was absolutely not going to not get paper towels, even though technically we could have gone to like Walmart or something and gotten a roll of paper towels until like we built up money in the home shopping category. Like we could have done that. Same thing with getting the chicken seasoning. Like we could have waited on that. It was not an emergency. But choices were made. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
It's not the end of the world.
But if it's not the end of the world, it's only because of how much time and effort has been poured into budgeting properly.
Yes. So occasionally we do go over budget. We are not going to like self-flagellate because like we messed up a little bit, because when it comes down to it, we've made more progress than we would have if we weren't doing it this way.
That's true. And this is just another example of how budget beats broke, because if we hadn't budgeted, we'd be broke.
Yep.
And can't be that way.
Yep. And never forget that you deserve financial stability. I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.